And then it was time for the return to Rodakino. Good evening. I am starting things off with something a little bit different this time. Mainly because some gifts from, well, I shouldn't say gifts. They're more like part gift, part thing I helped pay for. And by helped, I mean entirely pay for. So, I have items that arrived in the mail from my friends. So, Spunky Nugget, welcome to the stream. And good evening, all of you in the fine Osterbrink family. I wanted to share 3 things that I received in the mail. First off, I wanted to show off and explain the gifts that I received from my good friend Angela up in De Pere. She works for I shouldn't say works for, because she is the EcoPurse Project. Now, of course, the stream is not brought to you by anybody or anyone except me, but I reached out to my friend Angela, and she hooked me up with a set of facial masks for when I go out in public. So, for starters, I have this one, which features reading owls as a design. And so I've got that one that I can use. And it's obviously my favorite. You can tell I've worn it quite a bit. But I also have this really sweet black and blue camo face mask. Then I have this fantastic paw print face mask. Then I also have a purple and yellow dotted, not quite polka dot, but they are yellow. Take my word for it. The lighting's kind of showing it off as blue, but they're purple. But the base color is purple. The little dots are yellow. And then we also have this nice blue and white horizontal striped mask. And then finally, this one's pretty neat. I would say this is a wildlife park face mask. Oh, wow, because of the green, you can't really see it. That's right. Okay, well, you'll have to take my word for it on this one, but it features little symbols for deer swimming, south, camp, lake, west, arrows pointing up and down, left and right. Let's see if I put it against here. Yeah, it's a little easier if you can see it here, but unfortunately I can't bring it up there. Because it almost looks Hylian. So, in any case, my friend Angela included a little note reminding me to smile, and also a set of instructions. So, good info there on how to put it on, how to remove it, how to wash it properly, and how it was made in a, and I quote, a pet-free, smoke-free space. So, it was very good. She's doing an incredible amount of work creating masks for folks, as I know a lot of folks are. So, just wanted to thank Angela for sending that my way, and of course, she was compensated for that. Speaking of compensation, the second gift I wanted to feature is from my friend Stephanie over in Milwaukee. She runs her own business as well, and it is called Fresh to Death Vintage. Now, of course, it's a little bright here, but of course has all the info on the back. It's a business card, for businessy things. So anyway, Stephanie runs this sweet vintage shop on Instagram and Etsy, and lately, due to COVID stuff, you can reach out to her directly on Instagram if you see things on her Etsy store that you want to purchase. So she sent me. I've been a fan of hers for years. I never found anything that I actually wanted to buy until just the other week, and it is a retro pint-sized thermos. Actual thermos brand thermos from the Thermos division, King Sealy. This is a pint size made in Norwich, Connecticut. So good old made in the USA. And so, of course, these older thermoses just had a very simple top to them. And that was it. So, and it's got weight to it. This is hefty. This has got some some good retro vintage insulation to it. And yes, Spunky Nugget Fresh to Death is where you got your Rocco's Modern Life slippers. So that was a recommendation on my part. I always follow to see what she's selling, and if there's anybody that I know that would benefit from stuff that Stephanie sells, I send info their way. So along with that, I received 2 extra things that were pretty great. A little note: Chris, thank you so much. I appreciate it so much. Stay safe. And this postcard, which as someone who is pretty far left on the political spectrum, I really enjoy this postcard of the Israelites worshiping the golden calf. And of course, there's a lot of meaning behind that unfortunately not enough people take seriously in our current times. So I don't know what prompted her to send it, but I'm grateful all the same, because I think it's pretty great. And now finally, the main event, before we get going on Animal Crossing, is a package arrived from the one and the only Holly's Hooks, Spunky Nugget, out in Galloway, Wisconsin. Holly also runs her own business, Holly's Hooks. So, and I took a quick peek to see what was in here. But I honestly didn't get a very good look at everything in here, so I figured now's the time. So, first of all, we have an official crocheted honey pot, which I absolutely adore. Thank you for making that. I'm going to definitely replace the picture on my profile with this. This is great. Beats that jar of honey that I have on there now, which was just my actual honey jar. It's not even a pot, it's just a jar. It's a jar, just a glass jar. And then also, before I continue, got a new round of Holly's business cards for Holly's Hooks. So, and I always hang on to those, ready to give them out to folks who are interested in ever hitting her up for commissions. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. All right. So, first one is the mascot saying hello, which is fantastic. And then this one is a great one from my friend Lizzie, and I really like this one too. It's my mascot dabbing. So, yes, I will definitely spread your business cards through like the Rona. So I will be spreading them via air droplets expelled from the lungs. So I'll take those business cards and I will shred them and then inhale them and then cough them onto people as I see them. So, and they'll be infected with your business. So, wow, yeah, this is some great stuff. So, again, thank you to Angela of the Eco Purse Project, Stephanie of Fresh to Death Vintage, and Holly of Holly's Hooks. This is some cool stuff. Of course, I have paid for commissions from all three of these folks. Excellent local business people all throughout Wisconsin. So, with that out of the way, I also wanted to point out I have a new chair. You might notice that the back behind me doesn't exist anymore. And for starters, that chair was too creaky. Second of all, that chair, I bought rollerblade wheels for it. I wanted a nice, smooth, rolling experience. Just nice, rolling quietly like a rollerblade. But when I tried replacing the wheels, it turns out that the wheel mounts were too small on the chair. So, I don't know. I don't remember when I bought that chair. It was off of Craigslist at some point, and it was obviously proprietary to hell and back. So, I found myself another chair, put the rollers on there, and I think this creaks too. Yeah, just a little... Yeah, sounds like a little toot. That's fine. It's much better than... It's much better than before. Plus, it encourages me to sit up straight, so... So, yes. That's all the new stuff. So, Rodakino. I have nothing in my inventory currently, save for Mom's knapsack. So, first thing I want to do... Ooh, snails on the hedges. Snails on the hedges. Snailsonthehedges.tumblr.com. That just screams Northwest nature blog. Snails on the hedges. So yeah, did my usual round of purchasing turnips. Oh, I'm sorry, little dude. I am not going to be able to catch you because I don't have my tools with me. And that's why I came here, is to get more tools. And by more, I mean more than the 0 that I currently have. I'm still in the process of moving my residence, so that's going to be the first major thing I do tonight. Oh yeah, got a box corner sofa. That's pretty great. I want to see what that looks like real quick. That is... That is literally one corner. Wow. Let me just put it there. Wow. I look forward to finding the other pieces. That would be great. One might even say that might be super. Okay, let's... oh, actually, you know what? I don't need the watering can today because it's raining out. No point in having the watering can. There we go. And so, yeah, if you only watch me on Twitch, I actually haven't been online since last Monday. Reason being, both of very good reasons. The first one is on Wednesday, I was simply exhausted. Now, I've mentioned on this channel that I work a job that calls for some interesting hours, especially in interesting times. So, Tuesday, I pulled a double shift at work, and so I was working from... Oh, what did I do? I did like 8 to 4, and then I took a 2-hour nap after dinner, and then worked from, I want to say, 10 to 6:30 in the morning. And of course, you know, the older you get, the all-nighters, the more ruthless the all-nighters become on the body. So I was just exhausted for the entire day. I planned on sleeping off Wednesday and going, and then resuming streaming that night, but I just couldn't do it. I just never... The energy that I needed to be able to stream for, 3 hours just never arrived. So rather than yawn my way through, I decided it made a lot more sense to just take the day off and do some relaxation. But then Friday came, and Friday, that one showed up kind of out of nowhere because Friday was May Day and Strike Day. It was Strike Day for the workers of Amazon and Whole Foods and Target and Instacart and I think a few others. And they all went on a general strike on Friday, protesting the lack of hazard pay, the lack of protective equipment, while being forced to come in and work. And what you might be thinking is, well, how is Twitch part of that at all? And the answer is a little more, there's a little bit of nuance with it. In that, Twitch is owned by Amazon, but the logic doesn't stop there. Just because Twitch is owned by Amazon doesn't mean, by default, anything Amazon that it should just be part of that outright. So, after talking it over with some friends, Amazon owns a lot of services that everybody uses, and the big one is Amazon Web Services. And Amazon Web Services powers a great deal of the internet, specifically websites like Facebook and services like Comcast, Netflix, Spotify. So when I was talking about the logistics of the boycott with my friends, I was like, hey, if I'm gonna go with this idea of boycotting Twitch just because Amazon owns them, I mean, then what do you do about other things that Amazon owns? I mean, do we they own this, they own like a big backbone of the internet. Do we stop using the internet? Do we stop using Netflix and Facebook and Spotify and all these business, and boycott all the businesses that use Amazon Web Services? And the answer is not really. Ultimately, I did boycott Twitch just for that night, and streamed on Facebook Live instead, so only my Facebook friends and as well as my family were able to watch. But here's the thing about it. You have... it kind of goes both ways, like, there's a slippery slope argument being made of, oh, well, if we have to boycott one thing, then we have to boycott everything. And then it also works in reverse. If we boycott, if there's all these things we have to boycott, what's the point? If we can't boycott everything, we might as well boycott nothing. And so you have to, it's a common logical argument to use when referring to boycotts, especially of large corporations, including and not limited to Amazon. So the idea behind the Twitch boycott on Friday was not entirely because, hey, Amazon owns Thing, don't use Thing. Show Amazon how much you own them by not engaging in Thing. It was more of, a lot of people use Twitch. Now, Twitch is very content creator centric, and so they don't have warehouse workers like Amazon does. They don't have as many people going into work with a physical presence as, say, Whole Foods or Amazon does. But it was identified by not the workers that were going on strike, but by other people. They're like, hey, a lot of us use Twitch, and we're going to not stream on Twitch on Friday as a show of solidarity, in that we are intending for Amazon to take notice of them losing money in services, ad revenue, and site traffic. So it was more about adding fuel to that fire, as opposed to trying to make some sort of ideological argument over just having Twitch. So good advice. He gave me that last week. You always want to cool down after a workout so you don't overheat, and it'll help you build muscle. Oh, what you got for me, Sprocket? Any interest in buying my bath towel wrap? Well, seeing as you're one of my favorite residents, yes. Let's see how this looks. Oh my, that is well, that's a mood. I'm gonna go back to my Jotaro outfit. My goodness. Okay. Bubbles! My bestie. Hey, whoa, hang on. We are... You just moved here like last week. We are not besties yet. You have a long way to go before you overtake Jacques or Mabel or Sprocket. I think that's the third fossil I've found. Yes. It's usually 3 to 4 that you can find every day on the islands, so... Oh, Leaf is here. I'll have to talk to Leaf in a hot minute. So yeah, that was my Friday. That was the day of trying out Facebook Live as a streaming service, and it went okay. I certainly got more people that stopped by to watch that I would have never expected. My middle school social studies teacher took a hot second to watch it. Didn't say anything, but and most people didn't, and that's fine. But it was just very weird to see, you know, people that knew me in my formative years watching me play Animal Crossing. It was very strange, very strange. But it was a nice experiment. I don't really see myself repeating it. My streaming software doesn't exactly allow for a multi-stream the way I want it to. It wants, instead of what I want it to do is I would prefer it to stream to Twitch and Facebook Live simultaneously. And it does that with some caveats. Caveats being you have to have your own video game streaming page for your video to be streamed to. Which means that the page has to have followers, so that the followers get notified when you go live, as opposed to you going live with your own account. And it's not really that dark out, buddy. He's gonna get all pruny, but he's wearing a hat and a rain jacket. All right, man. You, if it's a concern, go take care of it. Get after it. Ooh, okay, so they're both home. I will talk to them in a second. See who else is home. All right, Jacques is home. The Casa de Jacques, Spanish for Jacques' crib. Jodem from Tortuga. Yeah, I know Jodem. Shows up on my Switch activity list all the time. Now, don't mind me, I'm just checking the Discord. Primarily because I want to see if anybody has their islands open. And what's happening and what's hopping. What's happening, what's happening. What's bipping and what's bopping. Okay. What is she working on today? An ironwood dresser. Uh-oh. There we go. Oh, wait, I already know how to make that. Okay. That dresser kids are playing now. I'm about to storm your gates for the DIY. Okay. Alright, so folks want the DIY. Gonna have to go ahead and open up. Oh, sorry, dude. Yeah, like he cares. He's doing his Naruto run. Alright. Bum 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 bum. Oh, no, 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 I don't want to fly. I don't have to fly. No, 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 no. Back up, back up, back up, back up, back up. Back up. Back up. Okay. I want visitors. Oh, gosh. No. Actually, I'm not good. Okay. I want visitors. There's too many prompts. It's dealing with a phone tree. I want all my friends over. Okay. Leaf is here too. Okay, let's see what Leaf's selling real quick. It is not the most perfect day to shop for flowers. We've got azaleas and olives, hyacinths and cosmos. Okay. Hyacinths, tea, olives. There we go. Hyacinths and tea, olives at Leafs. Ba-da-da-da. The mistakenly caught something or other themselves, Monev, coming to visit Rodakino. Splendid. Yes, got an update from the gentleman who is working on modifying an Xbox 360 for me. Turns out he did receive the package I sent a while ago, which was 2 weeks ago, I think. But he hasn't opened it due to concerns. So, hopefully he opens that soon and mods that 360 and gets it back to me so I can get that jukebox that I always wanted. The jukebox that I can't buy. It's like, hello, Harmonix. Hello, EA. I would like to purchase these songs that I may use in Rock Band. And they're like, no. I'm like, well, why not? I'm like, because our lawyer said you can't. I'm like, well, can I have them another way? And they're like, no. So, consider it part of that gray area. It's like, if you don't sell it, you can't get mad if people find ways of having it. Don't want to be mad? Sell it. Yeah. But I've said it before on this channel, I'm happy to say any other time. Anytime. That digital scarcity is a bullshit market. It's a bunch of bits and bytes. That, yes, the people who created it deserve to be compensated for their work, but if they are not allowing compensation for their work, as far as I'm concerned, it ought to be in public domain at that point. If you're not going to offer it for sale, especially ever again, some weird backwards way of saying it's a digital product of its time or whatever. It's like, hey. There's Lizzie from Kayla Key. Alright, so next thing I can do, if you have Animal Crossing and you don't have this app yet, the ACNH Guide. I love this thing. It includes a daily checklist of talking to your residents, digging up fossils, finding the money tree, and the recipe bottle. Well, let's talk to Canberra. And all the rocks that you can hit. Who has birthdays this month? How many things you've collected in terms of recipes, KK albums, how many bugs and fish and fossils and artwork you've collected. And it shows you what fish and bugs are available for that month. It's fantastic. It's free and it's ad supported. And then if you, oh, that's good. And if you pay like $3, you can have it without ads. And I think, you know, offering it for free is great. And I think and then the price to remove the ads is modest and appropriate. And here's some big fish here. Come on. Turn. There we go. Ah, the trusty olive flounder. There we go. Probably another olive flounder. Nope. The old mutated, ill-tempered sea bass. Litter Less, good evening. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing this fine, chilly evening? Now that chilly evenings are a common occurrence in May. Wonderful. Well, good. Glad to hear it. A seahorse. I already got a seahorse. Ooh, there's the good content I'm looking for. What's in the DIY today? Send out an SOS. Send out a DIY to the world. To the lucky duck who picks us up. Wishing you luck. A wildwood wall. Okay. Oh, not bad. I give that a not bad. Not bad out of 10. Alright, fishy. That's a smaller one. The shadows of the fishes are rated from like 1 to 6. So I think this is a 3 or a 4. And most of the ones I've been seeing are 5. And when you see a 6, it's a gigantic deal because it'll be something like a stringfish or a coelacanth or a blue marlin or a tuna or a mahi-mahi. Not coming. Now who's coming over? Josh, the sciencey lad from Kodentiki. Oh, Lizzie left a present by my house as a thank you. Bump, bump, bump. Thumbs up. Do, 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 do. There we go. Oh, right. I had that moved. Can't remember who I moved. I moved Miranda? Oh, Miranda and Canberra are up there. Yeah, might as well head up there. Talk to Canberra. Talk to Sprocket and Bubbles. Just gotta talk to... Oh, wait. No, I talked to Jacques. Just gotta talk to Camel Frog and Melba, and then I'll have spoken to everybody today. Let me beeline it up there and show you what I'm working on. So once folks are out of here, I will get the next villager moved. So, yeah, Miranda and Canberra are moved over here. Got this nice bamboo fence. I'm gonna see what I can do about adding a 3rd and a 4th here. And then this up here is complete. And so Sprocket lives there. Then Melba lives here, and Jacques lives here. And then I'm thinking of putting... I haven't actually, listen to me. I haven't figured out where to put the other 3 yet. Or other 2. What's the latest? We do have company visiting with us from off the island. Ha! Okay. So this is Peck's house. Let me look at the map real quick. I want to see who's left. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I've got Peck and Bubbles, Anchovy, and Camel Frog. So I want to move Peck first. And then I'll move Camel Frog. And then I'll figure out what to do with this final... 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Yeah, that would do. Okay. Got it sorted out. Oh, wow. It's a hell of a thank you. There we go. Oh, all right, well. Well, thank you. Green grass and high skirts forever. Bow, 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 bow. What does that look like? What did you find helped get villagers to move out? No idea. I do not know what works. 7 clumps of weeds for a green grass skirt. Fantastic. Yeah, I don't know. It all seems to be anecdotal evidence, you know. Oh, right, I can't use those because people are still here. Yeah. I've seen people do things, like push them around, hit them with nets, and whatnot. I'm of the opinion that I like my neighbors, and I'm not going to make them leave. They can leave if they want. But so far, I haven't said no to anybody. Yeah, okay. Well, at least I can get the stones prepped. So that counts for something, right? Of course it does. Canberra's birthday is May 13th. Speaking of Canberra, there was this... I wish I would have saved this comic. There was a comic that I saw on the internet over the weekend that featured Canberra getting kicked out of somebody's town. And then getting replaced with, I guess the joke of it was that this person didn't like Canberra, so they did all this stuff to kick them out, hitting them with net and... Ooh, money rock. Hitting them with a net, getting them trapped in little pitfalls. Other stuff like that. And then Canberra finally moves out. They feel completely dejected, hated. And then I guess, and the punchline at the end is that another character moves in, but it looks like someone that is also not desirable as a neighbor. I was like, wow, that's not for me. Neighbor's a neighbor. Okay, so that's 2. So yeah, the only villagers that ever move out of my place are the ones that ask. And it's definitely not by anything that I'm encouraging them to do or anything I'm doing to them. They just choose to leave of their own volition. Well, thank goodness that wasn't a money rock, because that would have been upsetting. Riri, coming to visit all the way from Hyena. Fantastic. Bum ba da bum. Ba da ba da ba dum. Ba bum bum ba bum bum. Okay. Better keep an eye on that Discord. Suppose I never bothered to look to see what the Able Sisters were selling today. Maybe that's where Riri ended up, or not. Let's see, steampunk glasses, kimono. Muscle tank. Actually, no. I know exactly who's gonna get that in the mail. Catcher's mask. Nice. Gothic Lolita. They keep trying to sell this outfit. It's not happening. Stop trying to make that outfit a thing. That outfit is not fetch. Hey Riri, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Back from outer space. But mainly a week of switching things up. There's that fourth shovel. Or, there's that fourth fossil. There's my shovel for the fossil. Wow. That was a... There was no mistake about that line. The shovel. I found a shovel. And I found a fossil that I can dig up with it. Where was the shovel? It was in my bag the whole time. Who would have known? Who would have thunk it? Alright, Camel Frog. Yes, he's home. Sweet. Stay away, I'm sick. Oh no. I have medicine for that. Of course, he can only get better when people leave, so... No rush on that, of course. No. Well, let me check the stock market. There's a website I use called stocks.io. See how everybody is doing. Whoa! Spunky Nugget, thank you for the subscription. I know it's about that time to be renewing with Twitch Prime. Oh, Spunky. Oh, Nora. Nora Bean coming to visit Rodakino. Fantastic. Super. Well, thank you for the 2-month subscription. That is outstanding. Honestly, it's the only downside of the Twitch Prime subscription is you have to manually re-up it. Whereas whereas the regular subscriptions automatically renew. There she is. She's actually a pretty darn good Mario Karter. She was racing with the nuns on Friday and got second place. Surprised everybody. Probably even her. Only when you drink. Yeah, well. Let the record show that your 7-year-old daughter got second place. Is that going to be a crayfish? Going to be a tadpole. Be a little tadpole. It's a small tadpole. Can't stop the bean. Can't stop the bean. Can't stop the bean. The bean cannot be stopped. Skip-a-dong, ding-da-dong, can't stop the bean. It's emulating a little Jack Black. Snapping turtle? No. A black bass, the I don't care of all fish. Ooh, what might you be? What might you be? Too far away. There's no reasonable way that I can cast a line over there. It just doesn't go far enough. Oh, getting closer. There we go. Had to wait it out. And a loach. Probably another loach. No, a freshwater goby. Time to go bye-bye. Freshwater go buy. Go buy us, as in go buy us some coffee. Okay, so anyway, I was looking at stocks.io. It's looking like at best for the week I'm going to get 203 bells, which is a 110 bell profit. Which 110 times my 4,000 turnips, it's a modest 440,000. That's that would be technically a loss. Because on Sunday, when I went to pick up turnips from my friend's island, said friend Lingua Lupa, I brought enough for 8,000 turnips. And so I didn't have enough room to buy all of those turnips. And I was like, you know what, I'll just leave this as a tip. So I left literally 300,000 bells as a tip. And she was all, do you want to come back for it? And I'm like, no! That's just going to be the tip that I left. So I don't know, either I take the loss, or somebody else in the Discord has better prices, or I once again brave the turnip exchange, which is just a mess. Do not like it. because if you go to Turnip Exchange, you're at the mercy of whomever's posting right then and there. So you have to be lucky that someone is posting for a good price, like 500 bells plus. And then you have to message them right away, say, hi, I'd like to come visit your island, and let it go to the sea. Gonna go sell some stuff right now. Let it go to the sea. That was the river, not the sea. Alright. Yeah, it's time to sell. Time to sell. Muscle tank. Doot, doot, doot. Doot. And doot, doot. Doot, doot, doot. That's a good one. Oh, the red snapper I didn't get rid of. Okay. Better get rid of that, too. So I got that. Got the 4 fossils to assess. Red snapper. Red schnaps. Yeah, 3,000 bells is good. Some good money for your effort. Okay. And the other thing is that doing stocks.io, you're kind of at a risk. You're of also having to pay a fee to sell your turnips. I ended up paying a fee of what, 600,000 bells to sell at a high price. Okay. There we go. I mean, I could pay off the... Yeah, what the hell? We'll pay it off. It's official. The house is paid off. My very last home loan. May 4th, 2020. No applause. Just cold, dead stares. The absolute state of it. Usually when you do anything, they applaud you, but if you have people over, they just stare. I think they know. I think they know how I came upon my money. And that they're not happy about it. Probably standing there thinking, oh, that guy just made a mockery of us. We're supposed to be selling shells for the next 7 months. And here he goes, just dropping it off. Oh, there are 2 million bells, oh, no big deal. Small loan of $1 million from his dad. Oh? That looks like a big shadow. Maybe not. Probably an olive. Oh! Oh, I misread that one. Oh, well. I'm going to assume that wasn't a giant one. Just to make me feel better. Thanks for the support, Nora. That's as far. Oh, there we go. Got it. Bean has no chill. Definitely not. Darn near clipped me into the cliff. So let's see. So Melba used to have my Atlas moth. Now she keeps the crayfish, or the crawfish. Still has my switch and the microscope. Very good, very good. Hey. In response, I say, what? Oh boy, she found the keyboard. Yeah. She sure did! She wants me to follow? Alright. Lead the way. Nope, alright. I'm still following. Where are you taking me? Okay. And they're open till 9, so that will work out just fine. Okay. She's being a derp. She's shopping like a dude. I haven't found anything I liked. I'm leaving. I haven't found anything that I wanted within the first 5 seconds of being here. I'm out. Pants on the beach. She doesn't understand that you can't see her screen. Well, I mean, I can... Yeah, I can't. I can see her, but... Unless she types, that's it. Or the reactions, of course. And that's it. Pants on the beach. That old standby. Pants on the beach. I'm coming home. Pants on the beach. Oh yeah. That was not in tune. I apologize. Turns out, when you have noise canceling headphones, it kind of messes up your perception of tune. Oh baby, oh, oh. Pants on the beach. There we go. So there are... Let me check real quick here. See which ones I haven't caught yet. I have not caught the char, which is in the River Clifftop Pond. I haven't caught a frog in a pond. Only tadpoles, which is kind of weird. That has to be wrong, because tadpoles... I caught a tadpole in the stream earlier. Goldfish. Yeah, mahi. So, where can I go to get these things? Goldfish would be in a pond. And char would be in a pond. A river pond. A river pond. Clifftop pond. Will a tadpole kept in a tank turn into a frog? You know, you think it would. You really would think it would. Like, that's a tadpole. You've caught goldfish in a second level pond. Oh, well. That's technically a pond. I think I'm gonna have to change it because there isn't enough room here for the fish to spawn. Because I have... Yeah. That's not going to work there. What the... Oh my god, you derp. I did not know you could do that. Give you a boop on the head for that one. Okay. Let's... I do have a pond. I'm going to go to that pond and hope for the best. Wait a minute. You know what's funny? When I first started playing this game, I was trying to figure out where that noise is coming from. And there it goes. That was a mole cricket. It's okay, I already caught one yesterday. No worries, Riri. You didn't upset anything. I got that mole cricket. I got a mole cricket the other day. Submitted to the museum, it's all good. But, I remember like the first day I was streaming this, I thought it was like a frog or something, and it was a mole cricket the entire time. And that was the trick. You have to dig where the noise sounds the loudest. And that little jerk got away. Ooh, there's another one. I think you just telepathically heard me apologize. Oh, I heard it. Got it. Made up for it. That's how you get a mole cricket. Okay, let's see if there's a goldfish here. Oh, this is promising. There's a small fish here, and I know the bitterlings aren't here anymore. There's the frog! Yes! Or it's a new neighbor and I have some apologizing to do. Ha! I did just think about giving that to Camo Frog as a gift. I really want to know what he thinks of it. Here you go, a member of your species. I'm certain I'll catch another one. I feel like I have to do it. Watch, he's gonna move out. This guy's a freak. I don't want anything to do with him anymore. I'm gonna do it. I need to know. Oh, wait a minute, but first, more importantly, big fish. Just gonna leave that there. He'll turn. To every fish, turn, turn, turn. That's better. He's like, imagine my surprise. Oh? Oh. Oh, right, Camel Frog is sick. So when people leave, then I can give them medicine, and then we'll find out. Oh boy, that's gonna be a... that's gonna be a 1-2 1-2 gut punch. Not really gut punch, more like a... Got some good news and bad news. Good news is, I got medicine for you, so you feel better. See if I can make that pond spawn something. Maybe a second frog. Maybe not. Anything off the pier? No. Nothing off the pier. All's well. At 8:16. Da, 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 da. Might as well check the pond at the top. Maybe I'll catch a goldfish over here. Over here. Yes. Nora will head out in a sec. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think she's the last one here. So. I think I might just follow so I can close the gate. Yep. Okay. Let's close the gate. Guess who? Dang, my new quarantine haircut really looks like my AC character. Yarp. Closing it up. Alright. Bum ba dum, a bum 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 ba da da dum bum bum. Alright. Gonna do it. Gonna get some medicine. Needs a darker purple hair color. Well, best of luck. Now you're pretty high on that haircut that you got, which looks pretty great, by the way. It's a good cut. I came to get medicine for Camel Frog. There we go. And I'll donate those fossils to Blathers. Another mole cricket. How much are these things worth? It can't be that much. 500. 500 bells. Not that much. Just leave nature be on this one. I'm suspicious. Use my pink pigmented conditioner on the bean. Yeah, it looks good. She got pink hair. I did notice. Oh? Oh, right, I already have a catfish. Oh, well, there goes that fishing pole. Yes. Very cute hair. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, Camel Frog. Here come the bad news and the good news in reverse order. Ten Hut, everything hurts. Drink some medicine. A frog costume? Oh, 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 oh. Yes. Oh, yes. Where is it? I need it. Oh my god. That's great. Yes, please do text me a pic of Nora. Let's get rid of the hat. Oh. Well, just gonna own this outfit for a hot minute. Wait a minute. My pockets are full. That's bad news bears. Because he's going to probably give me something and then be like, oh, I can't give it to you. Yeah, I know. You're confused. It's fine. Look at that wiggle. I imagine it sounds like that it's a rubber suit. It's going, okay, let's sell some stuff. Carp, crawfish, catfish, loach, black bass, another loach, angelfish, crucian carp, mole cricket. That should be good. Okay. Alright, here we go. Eat. Melba! The sound of rain at night makes me sleepy. Should get a good night's sleep tonight. Heck yeah. It's got such a sunny spring vibe about it. Your frog costume is just so springy. Alright. Let's see what happens. Either he's going to love it or he's going to absolutely hate it. I would be surprised if they would just be like, oh, well, yeah, okay. Alright, dude. Do you want this? A frog, and it's a real beauty, too. Much obliged. Hang on, though. Not sure about this, but I think you might have caught yourself something cool here, Ten Hut. You should drop in on Blathers with this little feller. Bet it'll make a big splash. Ah! He knows what I was trying to do. That's why he's staring at the wall. It's like, yeah, I know what bullshit you're up to. Alright. Guess I'll have to give him the next frog. Maybe I'll catch a second one. Let's get some facts from him while we're at it. Okay. Yes, tell me about the frog. I understand that frogs converse with fellow frogs through a number of varied calls, as it were. Ribbit, my prince has arrived. Ribbit, ribbit! This pond is tragic. Ribbity, ribbit! I think you're splendid. That last one sounds like a frog wearing a fedora. Ribbit. I have no clue what they're saying, but I like to think if I practice enough, I might. How is that a fact? My god. Could have just stopped at, yeah, they talk to each other through various calls, like most animals do. Ugh, what a letdown. Oh well. Blathers confirmed for Kronk. Squeak, squeakity, squeak, squeakerton. You stole my acorn. Return my acorn. Right now. Alright, guess I'm selling the rest of those fossils. Man. Gotta catch another frog. Wait, why did I come back here? It's like I was drawn to return to his home. But without a frog, I have no reason to visit. Return my fly. That fly is not yours. I believe you stole my fly. You owe me a new fly. Hooey! Alright, so next subject matter is we're going to move another house. Bum ba da bum 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 bum. Well, hello there. My goodness, you've done it. You've paid off your home renovation loan in full. Again. As of this moment, you're debt-free and set for life in an amazing, spacious, spacious island home. Yes, yes. I know you're just waiting for me to offer you another expansion, but we've reached the end of that. But I have something else to offer you. For free, of course. Nook Inc. guarantees our work for life, and as a small token of our appreciation, we are proud to offer you a lifetime of free exterior renovations. Limit 1 per day. Terms and conditions apply. Yes, yes. I'm legally required to say that. He paid off his entire house, and all expansions in under 2 months. Okay, let's talk infrastructure. We're going to lay out changes, and we are going to move an island home. Let's see. Camel frog. Yeah. Yes, we should. He's feeling better, so we should talk to him about it. All right. Yes. Now I know exactly where this is going to go. So I want to put a house here and here. Which means this fence cannot be here. It's going to have to get moved. And this bridge will have to get moved as well. Small price to pay. Okay. No. Right here. Yes! Yes! This is the spot! But does that mean I actually have room? I don't have to move the bridge? Let's find out. No. I don't know, it might mean I can get away with this. Yes. Oh, it's perfect. Okay. It's perfect. No, that's fine. That's the fine. The little cup de sacs. I know you kind of meant cul-de-sac, but I don't know. Cup de sac also kind of works. Yeah, they're nice little areas. I'll make sure to move someone here Tuesday, and then for Wednesday's stream. Actually, you know what? Now's a good time to redeem some Nook Miles. Because they are just racking up. Bell ringer. Hoo-hoo, look at that. The sack is not cup. Nice. Is that it? Oh, I guess. I thought I had way more than that. That's okay. So, location for the final cul-de-sac. Because it's going to be 2 houses in total. As much as I want to, I can't put them over here. There's not enough room. I could put a house here and it would look awful. Look utterly awful. No fencing, no nothing. Well, I did say the major renovations were coming, so I will hold myself to that. Good night, Nora. Thanks for stopping by. Watch for deer. I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. Oh, have a good night. Watch for deer. Keep it crispy. Oh, Rona, is that you? Put a house there, hated it. Yeah, yeah, it's real. It's no good. A box sofa. I bet it's not a corner. You know. I'm not talking to him. Move the house, replaced it with a lighthouse. Admit it, you're fond of me, lobster. Oh. Ugh. It couldn't be the same color. Look at that. It even works perfectly, but... Ew. Also, I texted you pictures of her hair. Let me see here. kidding? That looks great. That's a nice job on that hair color. God, my goddaughter's freaking adorable. Literally unbelievable. Put in storage. Put in storage. Can you customize the box couches? That's a good question. Where's my customization kit? The thing I never use. Oh! Oh! Look at me and all the things I didn't do yet. And get that, all that taken care of. Bonk, bonk. Bonk, bada, bonk, bonk. I thought I had customization kits. There they are. Okay. I like that green color. Customize something. The box sofa cannot be customized. Wah, wah. Okay, let's register these songs. Oh, that's great. No, unfortunately, I can't customize them. Have I talked to Sable every day? No. Eventually, she'll start giving you new patterns to customize furniture with. Well, hello, new task of the day. Pestering Sable. I am a huge fan of doing this. Why, that'll be the second thing I do after I change into a decent outfit. Yes, get changed. Oh. Okay. For now. That'll do. Very normal outfit. Very cool. Like a halo in reverse. Folks are asking me if I finalized the schedule. And the answer is yes. I have decided. Do I have a frog costume head? I don't think I do, no. I could double check, though. But my schedule, I've been playing with the idea of playing every day, and it doesn't work out. Not for my needs. So I'm gonna do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for sure. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays are my do whatever days. Okay, got the fishing rod. Let's check real quick. Yeah. No frog costume. Or, I mean, no frog head. Nope. Okay, let's get these fossils assessed and dropped off. All right. Oh, you can send me one. Oh, that'd be super. If you would like anything for it as compensation, I'd be happy to provide it. There we go. Just had to stretch for a hot second. Turns out sitting properly in a chair is not something I'm used to. I mean, ultimately, I would love to have a standing streaming station. That would be great. Logistics involve raising everything by several feet. Well, not several, but like 3 or 4 or 5 feet. Don't know if I could really pull it off. Let's see. Let's sell some stuff. Okay. Gonna check the pond one more time, see if I can catch a frog. If that don't work, then it's gonna be time for some changes. It's time for changes. Okay. Gonna warn you, this is about to get real. I've been plotting, scheming, thinking, what on earth do I do with all this area that I have? And without question, the answer is to radically transform everything. Everything? Everything. All the things. Here's what I'm thinking. I've got it in my head. So let me see if there's a way I can convey this info. Wish I could just show my cursor on stream. That would be super. Yeah, we'll settle for an image. That worked last time. iCloud Drive, Twitch. There we go. So we're going to use my little A face to indicate what's going on and where. So right now, I have a house here, 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 and here. This house is moving up here. And then I think I'm going to take Peck and move him here. So my third area is going to be right here. I'm going to undo all of this and have a spot for 2 houses, lower level. And then I'm going to put up a third level. And I'm going to put up a pond, and it's going to be a huge pond. It's going to take up this whole area right here. And that's why I keep circling it for emphasis. And so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the rivers that are going here, and I'm going to close them. And I'm going to put I'm going to divert the river that's going here to go over here instead. And then come down here. And I'm going to close up this river area too. So that I have nothing but land here. So there will be 2 rivers still going, but it'll be diverted. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Yep. Okay. There. My A-face has done the job. So time to do the work. And it's a doozy! So we're gonna one at a time, with occasional mistakes made along the way. Close this whole thing first and foremost. My watch is telling me to stand, so I'm going to stand. There we go. There, that's all taken care of. Alright, well, I've definitely stood up enough long enough. Feels good to stand. Did go for another walk through the Pheasant Branch Conservancy Trail today. Made it a short one, because last time I went, ended up getting a wicked blister on my foot. So instead of walking 7 miles, it's like, let's go 3. Let's start with a modest 3. And so I did, and I got another blister. Except this time it was in a much different spot, and I don't think it's gonna last nearly as long. I think the rain's letting up, finally. Okay, we're gonna make this bridge unnecessary. See how we're doing here. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I'm gonna close that up. Okay. Very good. Ba-ba-bum-ba-da-dum. There. Like it was never here. Which isn't true. I mean, this is still technically here. Okay, so they want me to... I'll need to go get the thing. Oh, you know what? That fish at the top may be what I was looking for. That might be the char. Come on. Witness me. Yeah. Nope. Good old catfish. All right. Yeah, you just mind your own business, Mole Cricket. I'm not digging after you. That could be a frog. A goldfish! All right! Gonna mark that one down. Do. So all that's left for the month will be the giant trevally, which is until October, and the mahi mahi, which is available until October. If I'm reading that correctly. This is down to 3 bugs. There we go. Okay. This app is excellent. Well, I've got to get up early tomorrow. I've got to see Pants on the Beach, hear some singing, even see Nora Bean. I'm good. Good night. Tell your mom I say hi, Sam. All right, same as me. Have a good night. Watch for deer. I will tell my mom that you, Linnerless, said hi. Bum, bum, bum. Okay. Yep. Now, let's do something about this unnecessary waterfall. Okay, so now that's done, go back down, and on the unlikely chance that there's a bee, or a wasp nest, I should say, shake with the net. Following that, switch up to the shovel. I'm going to scope out real quick what I have going on over here. So I go out +1. But I leave enough room for 1 walkway. Okay. So I'll go get my remaining bamboo fence. Okay. Okay, that should not impede my ability to do any of this work here. Wait. I might be overthinking this. Out of my way. Oh, shoot. Scorpion. Oh, shoot. I have not faced one of these yet. That crafty bastard. Oh, man. I was really hoping I was going to catch him. Alright, well, next time. Damn. Well, let's get rid of the smaller. There we go. That plus 1? Yes. And then I leave it as 3.5? 1, 2, 3.5 on each end. Okay. One, 2, 3. Although, admittedly, I'm not going to need as much because I'm only putting in 2 houses. No? Yes. Ooh. There we go. I mean, I can math it out. For what I want it to be. So I will do just that. Hopefully not run into a scorpion on my way. Okay. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Two, three. Let me go and check again. I want to get the length down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 and a half. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Nope, not that one. The other one. The other one. Nope, 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 nope. Yes. Okay. 1, 2, 3. There we go. I mean, it's going to be a lot, though, for all of those, isn't it? Do I have room for 2 to walk? I do. Yeah. Two, 3, 4, 6, 7. Yeah, that should be enough. Okay. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay. No, I don't want to do that just yet. I know what I want to do. You doing all right there, Jacques? Thought I'd kind of help you out there instead of just walking off into the abyss. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Did you need / want a blue corner? I would love a blue corner. I think I just have 2 greens. Hell, let's check real quick. Yeah, these are just 2 neutral corners. Yeah, I would love a blue corner if you can mail it. Be happy to compensate you for whatever you would wish. All right, back to Chorin. The neutral corner has the green, the green apron on the side. But either way, I don't have the blue one. Yeah. Here's what I'm going to do. As my voice lowers as the evening progresses, I'm going to grab this wood and put it in my pocket. And then I'm going to switch over to the cliff construction permit. We're going to do... a ramp right there. We're going to put a ramp right there. In theaters Friday. Actually, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do one better. In theaters Friday. Okay, we're gonna put the cliff construction permit here. Okay. Back to the terracotta tile. Excuse me, I had to sneeze. In theaters Friday. Yo, put that there. No. Gonna put that all down here. There we go. That's better. There we go. There we go. Tell us a story about your most favorite project you've ever built or redone. I am assuming you're referring to something beyond the scope of this game. I've had this game for less than 2 months. Everything I've worked on is on stream. The most favorite project I've built. This is a good prompt. I like this. I like this, this spontaneous prompt for a discussion. It's very intense getting into the mode of all this work. Work. In real life. Okay. Let me think for a hot second. That I've ever built or redone. I can think of one I've redone recently. I'm trying to think if I've built anything. Channel promises stories keeping me on brand. Very true, very true. Favorite project I've ever built or redone? Okay, well... okay. Well, there's only one project, I think, that fits the bill of not only favorite, but also kind of only that I've honestly redone. I've done a few projects of redoing. Haven't done terribly much in the realm of building. Don't get too many opportunities to build things. But what I will tell you about, this is a story I kind of wish Kim was here for. She loves this. She loves just hearing this. But I'm going to tell you the story about my great-grandmother's stool. Now, this is a bar stool, essentially, but think of like a bar stool for kids, like a little kind of like a footstool, to be honest. And now this stool has a history. It belonged to my great-grandmother, of course. Her name was Laverne. And I can't remember why, but her nickname in the family was Bushi. It's B-U-S-H-I. So we always called her Bushi, instead of great-grandma or great-grandma Laverne, or anything like that. Anyway, this stool, this little footstool had been at her house for decades. Had a nice vinyl orange cushion, and a sturdy hardwood for the legs. And I'm out of fruit already. Tisk tisk. I'm gonna need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more. Okay, 7 more. It was at her house for decades. My aunt and my mother, Lynn or Les, used to sit on it when they'd come to visit, and that would be their chair when they would be sitting at the table, you know, eating lunch or dinner or whatever with their grandma. And it stayed there until the great-grandchildren arrived, including Riri and myself. And so it became our stool to sit on. So when we go visit one of us, if it was both of us there, one of us would get to sit on it and the other wouldn't. But I do remember going to visit and staying there with my great-grandma by myself. And okay, good. No, not good. Okay, good. And so this stool held a lot of sentimental value. I remember sitting on it for eating meals with my great grandma. Like, she made the most phenomenal apple pancakes that I have yet to take the time to recreate because they were really good. I remember playing cards with her when I was like 3 or 4 years old. We would usually play War, So that was usually all that a 4-year-old could work with. And not that it was a good lesson that she imparted with me, but when I was... Yeah, those apple pancakes, yeah, they were good. Riri and I have talked about recreating the recipe, but just gotta sit down and commit to doing it. Get some apples, make it happen. Whether or not we're both there or not. Yeah, anyway, as I continue to build the cliffside. One of the things that my great-grandma did not effectively teach me was how to be okay with losing. It took me a little while to learn that one, because we would play the card game of war, and she would win, and being a 4-year-old who didn't like losing, got upset, would start crying that I lost, and for whatever reason, her solution was telling me that I won, and my 4-year-old brain didn't comprehend that I actually lost, and then I was happy that I won. So, not exactly the best lesson to learn. It's made losing that much more difficult. It took a lot longer to take the metaphorical L in life. Well, anyway, this stool stayed at her house until about, I would say, 1999. My great-grandma was born in 1913, so that would put her at about 85, 86 years old. And she had been living alone since the 70s when my great-grandpa Raymond passed. And I can't remember what the family officially told me, but essentially she was getting absent-minded, she was forgetting things, and couldn't take care of herself anymore, so my grandpa Sharon decided to make the call to have her live with him and my grandma Terry for a couple of years, so he could take care of her more directly. And eventually the burden became too great for them, and so they set her up in a nice care place. I can't remember the name of it, but she wasn't there for too long. She passed in 2004. I think just a month or two shy of her 91st birthday. So she got a good 90 years on this planet. A lot of good memories with her. And of course I miss her, but it was, 90 years is a long, good life. And, well, anyway, back in 1999, my grandpa made the call of selling the house. And so, or selling the house that she lived in. So, the question became of what to do with all the things that were there, because my great-grandma wasn't going to need any of that stuff anymore. And so I remember that each of the family members, we were granted a few things. And I remember taking two things in particular. One of them was and I don't know where it went, which is kind of upsetting, but that's life. I had, one of the things she had was a World War II artillery shell from like a tank converted into an ashtray. And there was a little bomber plane that was perched on a little pole at the top. And at the base of the mortar shell were the little spots where you could place your cigarette. And she kept that as a knick-knack in her breezeway. And I thought that was the coolest damn thing. And so I got to take that. And then the other thing I took was the stool And that stayed in my parents' basement. It stayed there for a long time. Uh-oh. Peck's thinking of leaving. I didn't even move him out yet. Oh, Jesus. Oh my goodness. Okay. Scaring me there. Okay. Alright. Story continues. I was building a cliffside. And talking about how, you know, I asked for this stool and then it stayed in my parents' basement. Stayed there for a while. I think a good... I want to say 8 or 9 years. It was down there. And a lot of life happened between 2004 and 2013. I mean, that's 9 years. It's a long time. So anyway, 2013 rolls around, and I am gearing up to move into an apartment on my own for the first time at the ripe young age of 28. Moving into a place on my own. No roommates, no girlfriend roommates. Nothing. Just me, myself, and I. And so I get this apartment, and I bring the stool with me, and I find this perfect spot in the corner for it. It just becomes like a decorative piece. Still technically works. You can still sit on it and everything. It's not that you can't use it. I just wasn't functionally using it for anything other than a decorative piece. So as the years went by and I moved down to Madison, I brought the stool with me. And then it came with me to my apartment here in Middleton. And then in... what was it? I want to say late 2017 or early 2018. Tell you what, I'll actually give you a time frame. Because I do have pictures of the project. This is all an answer to one question about a project of mine. Of my favorite. There it is. So this was... so... September 3rd, 2017. It's the fall. Some pretty big stuff happened in my life that July that I couldn't talk about until October 2017. I needed something to do, something to keep my mind occupied. And so I looked at this stool. And I was like, hey, I could probably restore this and work on it. So I take a look at it, take a good honest look at it. And it's definitely in need of restorative work. It is... The vinyl top is fine. You know, a quick scrub with soap and water makes it good as new. But the legs, at some point in its life, someone decided that the legs should be painted white with enamel-based paint. Now, I will not profess or claim to be any sort of expert on what types of paints you should use. However, pretty confident that enamel-based paint is not something you should use on wood. But whomever made that choice, they went forward with it, and they put on a few layers. I was like, and it was starting to flake over all the years that it had been sitting there. The enamel was just naturally wearing down. So I figured it was time. Yeah, I'll close this up. It was time to work on it. Time to do something with it. So for the next 2 or 3 weeks, I've got pro wrestling playing in the background as background noise, because why not? And I take a chisel and I get to work. And I bring it outside. and I start removing the paint enamel, and it's just coming off like you're cutting a dog's fur. It's just coming off just everywhere. It's insane just how much it's flaking off. It's ridiculous. It must have taken me probably a good 3 or 4 hours to get all of that enamel paint off of the chair. I was using that chisel, and I was using sandpaper, anything to get it to break away. I didn't want to use chemicals. And not that chemicals are bad. I just didn't want to strip the paint using paint thinner or stripping materials or what have you. I just wasn't interested in it. I wanted to just get rid of the paint as best as I reasonably could. So I go ahead and I do that. And it turns out there's another layer of paint underneath the white enamel paint. Someone decided that the legs should be painted black. I'm like, okay. So I grab the sandpaper, and I start really going to work on it. I get some, I don't know, it's a lower grade number, without being too damaging, like 300, 400 grit. 250, 300, 400. So I started with 250 grit. And I'm just working the legs over, and it takes many, many hours. I'm doing it by hand. I have not taken the legs apart or anything like that. I'm just sanding it as is. So of course, getting into every nook and cranny takes a really long time. Fiery Fangbanger, welcome to the stream. Yes, you did hear a balloon. And I didn't miss it. There it is. There we go. What is it? Clay! Alright. That'll be useful at some point. Okay, so let me finish up putting this here. So I sand away all the black paint, and to reveal this beautiful hardwood surface. Absolutely gorgeous. And I'm like, what the... Why would someone do all of this work to hide all of that? And as I've come to learn over the years, people of the 50s and 60s had a penchant for covering nice things with cheap ingredients. I don't know. I don't know who made that call, but it wasn't a good one. Okay, so I sanded it, and then it was time to decide, okay, what am I going to do with it? Am I going to put a new coat of paint on it? Absolutely not. Once I saw the absolute beauty of the original wood, no question, I was going to sand it down, make it nice and smooth, and stain it. And really bring that color out. And then seal it. And so I did. So went to Menards, found a few products for doing that. Did it all by hand. Then I let it cure, and in about a week's time, it was all 100% ready to go. Actually do have the stool with me. Hang on, let me go get it. So, this is the stool. as you can see right here, that's the finished product. And you'll notice, you can probably see little flecks of white, and that was paint that fell into the grooves of the original wood. And so I decided to leave it as is. I don't know, you can probably see it, but that was the choice I made. And of course, here's the vinyl top to it. So, and then also the bottom had these foot pads that were worn out, so I went ahead and put 4 new ones on there. And they also rotate so they can be applicable to wherever you decide to place it, which is super useful on carpet. So there you have it. That right there is my pride and joy for DIY. Probably the most ambitious project I've ever taken on. Of course, that was about 3 years ago. So the question is, you know, what do I do next? Have I done anything since? I did create a walking stick that I procured from a stick that I found in the woods while turkey hunting. Turned it into a walking stick. But the next big project I wanted to do, which I never finished, one of my coworkers was at a flea market, and they bought a desk fan from the 1920s, 1918 actually. It was a 100-year-old fan. And so my plan was to take it completely apart and restore it. Remove all the rust, give it a nice glossy black paint coat, and then bring it back to working order. When I took it apart, and I took pictures of the steps so I would remember what to do, the problem that I ran into, and it's been in my closet ever since, is that the hang on. The problem that I ran into is that it's too... The copper coils were no longer insulated. I learned very quickly how fans work with the whole copper wire insulation making everything happen. Something I was previously unaware of. And so I took it all apart, but I have no way of winding copper wire back onto it, so I left the project at a standstill in 2019. The original intention was to ask a local electronic repair shop to apply new copper wire to it and insulate it. But at that point, I had already put $100 into the fan. So I kind of felt the reverse of the sunk cost fallacy at that point, where I was like, I've put way too much money into this fan. I am not getting my money's worth out of it. And so it's been sitting in my closet ever since. Thinking I'm just going to give that fan to a friend at work, and they can redo it as they see fit. Because all the parts are there, but man, it's just... Sometimes you just gotta know when to hold them and when to fold them. And that was one of those times. But yeah, that's the story of my great grandmother's stool, and the way and by wording it that way, my friend Kim just laughs uncontrollably. She finds it to just be the funniest damn thing ever. So it is what it is. Alright, so let's finish. No. Put it back up. Put it back. There we go. Yeah, stool like poo. She thinks it's the funniest. She thinks it's the funniest thing ever. It's a good stool. In fact, Spunky Nugget, when she and the entire family, when Holly, Henry, and Nora, and Simon, and Rupert all came over to visit for a weekend, Rupert sat down in the chair and used it when he was eating dinner. It was great. It's like passing the torch to the youth of today. What about my giant music thingy? Giant music thingy? Giant music thingy. Music thingy. Are you referring to that wall of medals that I have? Because I didn't build that. It's the closest thing I can think of to a music thingy. Yeah, I can't take credit for that. That was something my dad made for me. Oh, that thingy. Oh, the thingy. Okay. Well, that one, yeah, that was a DIY. Not my proudest one, but be happy to share how that one happened. So, turn the clock back to early 2019. Yeah, it's winter, and it's cold out, because it's winter. And I'd been searching for something of great importance, substantial. In 2006, Apple released the precursor to the Apple HomePod. Where the hell do I want to put this? I have that there. Oh, I want to put my cliff pond up here. Okay. Hang on, I'll get that story going in just a second. I'm trying to think of where I'm diverting everything. Okay. All right. This bridge is still relevant. So Apple released it was called the iPod Hi-Fi. It was a powerful boombox system that specifically had a 30-pin connector. Hey, thanks for the follow, Zergaholic. Much appreciated. I wanted this Apple iPod Hi-Fi thing. It released for $300 in 2006 and nobody bought them. Everybody hated it and thought it was dumb. And I was like, no, this thing is cool. How dare you all do this to me? I need this thing. I don't need a HomePod. I want this iPod Hi-Fi. I want to be able to connect a modern phone to it, or an Amazon Echo or whatever, and make stuff happen with it. I want to use it as a personal smart speaker. How's it going, Zergaholic? Hope your Monday evening is treating you well. I've been sharing stories about DIY projects that I've done over the years, and this is technically the second one. So I have this, so I've been on the hunt for this iPod Hi-Fi, and I couldn't find them for any price I was willing to pay. I'm talking like, people wanted $200 for these things, and it's like, it's been 13, 14 years since this came out. You're telling me that the price has only gone down by a third is absolute lunacy. Stupid. Unacceptable. I refuse. So I held out and I kept holding out. And finally, I got this break in luck. There's an eBay auction for a individual selling an iPod Hi-Fi, box included, iPod adapters included, for $100. That was the magic price. That was the price. That was all about, like, okay, it's time. You're never going to find it cheaper than that unless it's broken. So I haul ass to the purchase page, make it happen. And it arrives, and I'm playing around with it. Sound quality is as superb as I'd hoped it would be. Cool piece of Apple history, plus a conversation piece. But then I thought, well, what if I could do more with it? What if I could take an existing old, beat-up home stereo receiver and convert it? So I browse Craigslist. And on the free section, there's an individual who's moving out of the area. And he's selling this... gosh, I can't even remember the brand name anymore. Let's just... it wasn't a Zenith. It wasn't anything nice. It was... maybe an... no, not an Emerson. It was something. Now, he said it partially worked. It had... he said that the stereo receiver worked, but the record player did not. And only one of the two speakers worked. Now, when I tested it, those speakers had punch. Like, holy shit, they had punch. Yeah, we could say it was an RCA. RCA brand. That's fine. I think that's appropriate. So, in the dead of winter, on my lunch break, I race over to this guy's house with my car in tow. Well, not my car in tow. Literally, the car. No towing involved. He's showing it off to me. I'm like, yeah, this is great. All right, cool. Tells me why he's moving out. I'm like, okay, cool. Congratulations on your new job. Cool. Whatever. Take it home. And I start testing out what can I do with this thing. I'm plugging in the iPod Hi-Fi to this RCA stereo, and it's not doing what I want it to do because only one speaker is working. And it sounds a little overblown, which kind of makes sense because the RCA stereo already had an amplifier built in, as did the iPod Hi-Fi. So amplifier plus amplifier, you get blown out audio, and it's not going to sound the way you want it to. Like, okay, well, what can I do with this? I could gut it, but then what? And then the idea hit me. I had a coworker, same coworker that I'm thinking about giving this fan to, and I gutted the entire stereo out of the stereo system. Now, this is one of those old cabinet style. You lift the thing. You lift the counter top part up, and then inside is the record player and the 8-track, the cassette player, and the FM radio, AM radio, and all that good stuff. I take all of it out of there. I gut the whole thing. And then I was looking at where the speakers were installed, and I was like, hey, what if I propped up my iPod Hi-Fi and stuck it on the inside of this unit? And so that's precisely what I did. I had to buy... Now, the speakers didn't exactly fit and match the existing holes that were on the inside of the cabinet, so I had to buy I think it's called a rotary drill, and then carefully cut a rectangle to remove the plywood, so that my Apple iPod Hi-Fi could have all of its sound coming out and not getting bounced back by the plywood. And then as one last additional thing to the project to complete it, I bought an Amazon Echo. What do they call it? It's not a dot. It's different than a dot. This is a device you specifically plug into a speaker. Now, let me take a look here. About... well, it's not an Echo Dot. It's still an Amazon Echo device. I can't remember the name of it, but essentially, it's only for... it doesn't have a speaker on it. It's intended to be used with an existing speaker system. So I connected it, closed up the cabinet, and now I can give my voice commands to it, and it behaves like a regular stereo player for me. And of course, I keep it in the bedroom. So yeah, that's my RCA Apple iPod Hi-Fi Amazon Echo super creation. Echo Input, yes, thank you. Yeah, that's what it's called. Can't believe a fish spawned here, but we'll make it work. Well, he's persistent. There we go. All right. Have a good evening, Fiery Fangbanger. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, wow, and low battery. And it's 10 o'clock. Everything's coming together, indicating that it's time for the end of the stream all the same. So, yep, I've done plenty of work, shared a couple stories. It's good to call it this for the evening. So, Spunky Nugget, Lin or Less, Nibble Princess, and my Riri, and Fiery Fangbanger, and Brainloot Gaming, and Zergaholic, thank you all for stopping by, visiting my stream. I will put this VOD up on YouTube for later viewing. As always, keep it crispy, watch for deer.